Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
It is episode 373.
I think so.
I think that's the series. Listen, whatever the title
Whatever
of
the
the
title
video
says is
said,
right. It's
that
fine. Don't worry about it.
that's what it is. Cannot help you guys after that. This is the Jocelyn is wireless and oh my god, Diana cast on so many things edition.
I got a bad case of the cast-on-itis. It's late
Oh yeah,
spring. I don't know what it is about late spring. I got a big case of
every
the
year,
cast-on-itis and it just like grabs me and will not let go.
every
So
year.
prepare yourselves. Settle in. We both have a bunch.
Oh, I made some puka tea. This is the peppermint licorice combo. I love it, but I need to put a caveat on here. If the only licorice you like is red licorice, you will not gonna like this.
That's a black licorice kind of a thing.
This is if you are I'm gonna say actual. That's it. I'm being opinionated. If you're a actual licorice fan, you will like different types of black licorice. Not all kinds of black licorice, but there will be different types of black because some people like it saltier, some people don't like it as salty. I like black licorice. I'm not a massive fan of the super salted black licorice, but I do enjoy what is to me a good black licorice. I also eat red licorice. It's fine. But like saying you like red licorice is like saying you like hummus.
I do like hummus. What?
You
It's
know,
bland? You
pick a generic food that like a lot of people eat. It's like saying you like mac and cheese, but you don't like the gourmet mac and cheese. Like pick it's such an intro thing to me, so it could be this
hummus is
is
still an
great.
exotic food to my parents, okay? So
Just because exotic to your parents doesn't mean it's exotic. It just
oh
means
no,
your
I know.
parents don't experiment. It's exotic to my parents too, but like a vast portion of the world knows what hummus is. It's fine. It's not new or exciting. The Spuka mint licorice tea definitely is a black licorice mint combo. I love it, but I like a black tea, not a super salty black tea, super salty black licorice, but I do like black licorice. So I know it's not for everybody, but man, I need more. I need more. I also have like this eucalyptus blend, eucalyptus chamomile, I think, blend from Puka. Anyway,
Sorry,
also
it's such
really
a
good,
struggle.
but you need to like eucalyptus. I rumor mill says you're doing some blackstrap molasses this afternoon.
Indeed, I made myself, in fact, a big batch
Ooh, we
with like
committed.
2 tablespoons of black molasses. Because apparently I'm
Ooh,
big into this now. It's just
that's
molasses and hot water, but I guess I need an injection of minerals today.
and sugar. It's
Mm,
sugar, guys. I mean,
it is sugar.
it's a roughly processed sugar, but it is a sugar. It's a good sugar.
It's
However,
being a good late afternoon coffee substitute.
that's another one where you got to put that caveat where like you might enjoy molasses, but this does not mean you're going to enjoy blackstrap molasses. It is a
It's
different
a
type of
whole different thing.
molasses, a whole different thing.
It took me a moment to warm up to it, but I like
I
it now.
like wine or beer, right? Like as a kid, you're like, ew. As an adult, you're like, yeah, no, this is good.
It's actually pretty good, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of think of it that way. It's just not what you're expecting when you first start out. That's okay. All
Like
right,
the day you
we've
first like
got
broccoli. Don't know.
without cheese on top.
I need like just like raw broccoli. The day that
Broccoli, yeah,
raw broccoli becomes
broccoli.
delicious,
Right?
you're like, what is wrong with me?
That is your adult sign. Uh, when you get up and you think to yourself, man, you know what I want for lunch today? I want a salad. I want fresh veggies. I just want some cut fresh veggies. I don't need ranch. I don't need extra. I just want the broccoli and carrots. I'm good, thank you. A little bit of cauliflower, excellent.
Still not big on cauliflower.
I like cauliflower more than broccoli raw. Does that make sense?
I just don't like cauliflower in any form. It's like I'll
That's
eat it, but I don't. I'd rather not.
that's fair. Hey, I love yellow cut beans, yellow cut wax beans. I hate green beans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't like green beans. I will actively avoid green beans. Don't like them. I will pick them out of things. They're why? There's no difference. But if they're yellow, I'll eat them. There's no logic. There's no logic there. There's
Yeah, because they're the
none.
same.
They the same. bloody bean. Doesn't matter. To my brain, yellow is tasty, green is not. Just in bean format.
All right, I'll file that one away under weird food preferences of friends that won't kill them.
Won't no. Well, and I don't even mention it because it's just what? It's not even a texture. It's just I just don't like them. It's like
It's just a
I mean,
stupid thing.
it's just a dumb thing that I don't like. It makes no sense, but I know I don't like them, so I don't opt for them. So everyone's like, "Oh, what we're doing for veggies and stuff." I always go carrots because carrots are fairly non-offensive. Most people like carrots. I love carrots. I don't say mushrooms. I always put mushrooms at the top
Mushrooms are
of the
so
list,
polarizing. I
but
didn't
mushrooms
realize.
are polarizing. Oh
I
my
love
god,
mushrooms.
mushrooms are great, but not everybody agrees. It's okay. So I was going like, "Yeah, I'll make some carrots." They're like, "Oh, carrots, like you can do it with beans." I'm like, "Sure, but I don't have any beans," and nobody thinks about it. Like nobody stops to go, "Jocelyn is the person who eats primarily vegetarian and vegan food. Why don't you have green beans?" Nobody asks me why I don't have green beans. Nobody asks me why I never have asparagus. For the record, I'm not a huge green bean fan and I'm not a huge asparagus fan. They taste fine. I just don't like them. But I almost always have, well, okay, I always have carrots, cauliflower, broccoli, mushrooms, eggplant, bell peppers, peas. Always have peas in the house. There's always peas in this house. I love me
Fresh peas,
some
frozen peas are gross.
peas.
Fresh peas are great.
Listen, when it's wintertime, frozen peas are your only option. In the summertime, the moment the fresh peas hit the markets, they're the only peas I eat. But I have to wait till they're in season.
Something about frozen peas, they taste like the package they came out of.
Yeah, frozen peas are not bigger. They're fine. I'll eat them. It's not the end of the world. But it's like tomatoes. Like in the winter, I do diced tomatoes. In the summer, I only eat fresh. Like it just depends on the time of year it is, right?
I'm so
All right.
lucky to live in a place with greenhouses and I can get fresh tomatoes at the farmer's market all year round.
The bonus, eh? Well, my allergies continue to kick my butt because it's early spring. We need to get started because you have 7 projects and I have 6. We're gonna
We
be
have
here
many.
for like a hot second, so you get
Yeah.
to go first.
Guess I'll start with the thing that I'm working on while we record. I am so freaking close to being done this sock. Like, I will probably finish this cuff while we're recording today.
Oh, good.
So I've just done 2 rows of contrast color, and I think I'll do maybe 4 more rows of the main color and call it a day. Cast off and call it a day.
Yeah.
And that'll be it for sock number 1 in There's Coffee in That Nebula from Fireweed Fibre Co.
Ooh, finally.
And then I get to start the second sock because I'm doing this one at a time. Ignore this progress keeper. It is not accurate to what I've done this week.
That's fine.
And it's just a vanilla toe-up sock with a fish lips kiss heel. That is my preferred heel. It's a $1 pattern on Ravelry, and I highly bless you.
Ignore me, guys. It's allergies. It's just gonna happen the whole episode.
I highly encourage the purchase of the fish lips kiss heel because it's great and explains how to get nicely fitting socks.
Okay.
That's about all I have to say about that. I don't know. It's a sock. What do you want?
The sock. There we go.
What do you want? I don't know.
Uh,
I did a bit of contrast, so the cuff like is coordinating, and now I'm done. It's beautiful. Ta-da!
You're happy?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little more magenta and purple in person. It's very blown out with these lights on camera.
True. Your camera situation blows out a lot of stuff.
It does. It's because I've got the light on the camera, but that's the best place I've got to put a light.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I look great.
So it
I can hold
doesn't
it up
matter.
back here, and that's a little more accurate for the color.
As long as Diana looks good, that's what counts, guys.
Yeah. Anyway, your turn. Or is it my turn again? I don't know.
Nope.
Turn.
Nope.
Somebody take a turn.
You've got 7 to 6, so I get to go.
Where's my snips? Oh,
Questions
I
I
found them.
cannot answer for you over there in the corner.
No, I found them.
Okay,
They were
good.
here.
I'm making slow progress on my Scrappy V t-shirt. I am working my way through the 2 inches of body in color 3. So I have color A as my black at the top here at the ribbing, and it's the only colorway name I remember. Red Wing Blackbird. These are all Air and Fireweed Fibre Co colors. So these are all fingering weight. So her sock yarn, her sweet pea sock yarn, because I love her sweet pea sock yarn so much. So slowly but surely, I continue to make progress on the body. I am doing the sleeves at the same time. So I'm doing each color in the sleeve as I go because Because I am making this like a scrappy shirt project, I want to make sure that the sleeves match and I have enough yarn for everything. So I want elbow length sleeves because that's what I tend to wear in the summer. And it's not like it's going to take me very long. Like, whew, we're already part of the way to the elbow. So I'm going to do that, but
Coming along.
I need to measure color 3 before, sorry, color 4 before I go all the way across and do like 2 inches on the sleeve and 2 inches on the body, and 2 inches on the other sleeve. So I know how much yarn I'm using gram wise every 2 inches because I need to keep enough of this red winged blackbird, which is color 1, set aside for cuffs and hem.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm okay given that I have long arms. That's fine. I'm nearly 6 feet tall. I should have long arms or it would look weird. I think I'm okay to do a 1 inch stripe of the red winged blackbird and then do another color repeat. So colors 2, 3, and 4, and then do the cuffs for my sleeves. And then that should give me enough, hopefully, if I'm estimating, I'm weighing to double check my math. That's what I'm doing. If my estimation by simply holding the ball of yarn before and after when it's done and going, it's about this much is correct or even close, I should have enough to continue 1 inch stripes down the body every time I come to color 1 instead of the 2 inch stripes. So it'll be a 2 inch stripe in colors 2, 3, and 4, and a 1 inch stripe in color 1. And then I'll have enough for the hem at the bottom, or I'll be so close that I have to start the hem in color, you know, 4 and then move into color 1 to finish the hem. That's what I'm ideally hoping for. For me, as a general rule of thumb, it takes 4 skeins of fingering weight yarn to make my size of sweater. That's just how it works. I make a 40-inch bust, even though I am a 52-inch bust. I am comfortable and prefer negative ease and fit. So I go by my upper bust measurement, which is 47 inches. And for anybody who's doing the math, yeah, that's a very large cup size. Uh, it is no cheap thing to house my babes. So that's going on. I am very excited. I love V-neck. I don't think there's enough V-neck patterns out there at all. And so far, this has been a delight to make. So I'm hoping it turns out as good as it looks like it's turning out right now. And I want to wash it. I want to block it. I want to have it on my person because if it is as comfortable as it feels like it's going to be and it fits the way I hope it fits, I will immediately cast on a second one. I'm hoping that this is like a staple, like the woodwoes that I have that I love so much. I'm hoping this works out as a staple, right? Because there's nothing saying I can't do it all in one color. I
True.
just I've got individual skeins of brightly colored yarn that I like putting together. So that is what I'm working on as we go. I don't know any of the other colors. I really should ask Erin the next time I see her in person. Oh, though, guys, we have a coupon code.
Oh yeah.
Save yourself 10%. It's Northern Knits 10, so Northern Knits 10. On the Fireweed Fibre Co website, like save yourself some money when you're buying yarn. And she's got new bases, so you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Oh, we could show off May's color.
We can.
We are totally going to do that later. We're going to show off May's club colors because we
Okay.
got 2 different bases this year. All right. It is your turn again, my dear. I'm done talking about the thing that we're going to hear about for ages because I need 22 inches of body. Oh my
All right.
God, I'm so tall.
I have a quick thing. Last whip sprint.
Mhm,
So last month's whip sprint, I started the jelly roll blanket. Woo,
mhm.
come here.
Away she went. It's so
Uh,
tiny.
it's so tiny. I'm gonna make it a blanket scarf. So I'm going to make this strip so that it goes from one knee up around my neck down to the
Yeah,
other
okay.
knee,
Okay.
and then just do as many strips as I want it to be wide. I don't know how many that'll be. So
Gotcha.
this is a long-term project. And I'm just going to alternate between light and dark bits and bobs of fingering weight yarn that I have in my little tin of fingering weight leftovers from socks.
The best part is that is such TV knitting. It's not even funny.
It's great. I cast on 20 stitches and then you just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and garter stitch till it's long enough, which
Yeah.
is as long as you feel.
Mhm. Oh, so good. So good.
And then eventually at some point I'll learn how to do the join as you go with the next strip. But you know,
That
I
one.
have I have a long way to go.
You got a waste, which is
And
good.
at some point I'm gonna put this on better needles that are not just interchangeable with needle stoppers stuck on the end.
Okay.
I'm sure I must have some free 2.75 millimeter needles that are not interchangeable with needle stoppers. I must have a better choice. There must be a better option.
If
I
you
will
don't,
find
then
it.
just go buy yourself one.
I'm so certain I do because that's my sock knitting gauge, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. What are my sock needles?
Aren't your socks 2.25?
Yeah, they are. You're right.
We have
I'm
to.
sure I have some somewhere or like a shorter cord or something. The situation will improve as we go along.
All right. I've seen how long you will put off getting a tool that works properly and sort of just putter along with a tool that you don't, that isn't ideal for
Wait
the
till you
situation.
wait till
So I'm
you
not
see my
holding.
makeshift lazy Kate.
I'm not holding my breath on this one, guys. I'm not holding my breath on this one. All right.
Just you wait.
Oh, I
It gets worse.
suppose I I know you, so yeah, I know. All right, let's go over the thumbnail thing. Diana has been casting on like crazy, and I love a good cast on itis. Um, she's tempted me a couple of blanket options.
Mm,
So I'm using the I can cast on a new blanket for myself when I'm done my granny square blanket as my carrot, my stick. So I made the first half of a pillow, and if anybody pillowcase, everyone's like, Dawson, this is very long for a pillowcase. You are correct, it is. I am not a tiny human. I will never be a tiny human. I'm okay not being a tiny human. Um, what I love are these super firm king size pillows. I love the super firm king size pillows. I am the human who would have a canopy bed and 40 pillows on my bed plus stuffies. Like I am approximately 8. I'm a girl.
yeah,
I'm an
no, I
8.
can't.
I want a princess bed.
No.
I love it. I never outgrew that. I never outgrew that.
No, I
So
am the bare minimum of actually useful pillows. Nothing
see,
decorative. Cannot be bothered.
I am a 4 pillow minimum bed per person kind of human.
One pillow. One
Four.
pillow
I
each
have
human.
4. I have 4 pillows
If
for
you're a
me.
guest, you get two.
I have 4 pillows for me. I have spare pillows for guests because those 4 pillows are mine. I need a pillow for my knees. I need a pillow for my cat, and I need like at least 2 pillows for myself.
So
I'm
one's the
aware.
cat pillow.
I am aware. The thing. So I am using the template of a older pillowcase that I'm going to recover, and this will obviously drape wider than that, which is fine. But it will be sewn down, so I'm not gonna. The cotton isn't gonna stretch out. So I need to make 2 more rows to finish the pillow, or 1 more row to finish the pillow. I don't know yet. I do a row at a time, and then I lay it on the pillow, which is laying flat, and I go flat, and I go yay nay. I think I might be fine with 1 more strip and then like just like a little bit of a border, and then it'll fit fine. So I will figure that out as I go. But I need to get the pillowcases done, and I need to get the last 2 long strips done, and then I'm allowed to cast on a new blanket.
Okay.
See how that works? And since I've been avoiding working on this for like a month since I put it down, I saw that 10 stitch blanket you're going to talk about later, and I immediately picked this up and said, finish it so you can start that blanket. Apparently, that's all I needed. Okay, cool, whatever.
All right. Well, since we
Doing
were
some
just mentioning the 10
tea.
stitch blanket, I suppose I can talk about that.
Oh, so good.
So, I didn't start this during whip sprints yesterday. I only talked about it because something in the conversation reminded me of it. And then it just grabbed me and it dug its fingernails in and it just wouldn't let me go.
I know later in the message in the Discord, like so Patreon members have a Discord that they can chat with us in. I just later in Discord, she's like, I may have done this. I was like, thanks. It's like 9 o'clock at night my time. I go to bed at 10, and now I'm looking at a blanket pattern, and I.
So, like, this didn't exist 24 hours ago. And now
Uh
we're at this point, you
yep,
know?
yep.
Like, it dug its nails in and wouldn't let me go. So I'm using up my worsted and DK weight superwash scraps to make a 10-stitch blanket, which is just 10 stitches, garter stitch back and forth with mitered corners, join as you go.
Oh,
It's a free pattern. I'll link it in the show notes. I'm using a 5mm
in like
needle.
a lot of languages. It's in a lot of languages.
It's in a lot of languages. It's a pattern from I think 2008.
8? Yeah, it's an older pattern, but oh, so good.
So
Yeah, because you were debating between that and the log cabin, which is a
yeah.
slightly different construction.
So, that's where that's at, and it didn't even exist 24 hours ago. And it's just all I want to do, and I can't. I don't know. I don't know what happened, so I'm just gonna roll with it and wind up with half a blanket. Like, I don't think I have enough scraps to actually make a blanket the size that I want, because I'm thinking like picnic blanket they can fit at least 2 or 3 people on.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know if I have enough scraps to do that.
When the heck have you gone picnicking?
Um, Once or
Yeah,
twice.
yeah.
But there's the odd time where like it's not necessarily for a picnic, but just
What
like
the heck?
the beach blanket, the picnic
Is
blanket, the
that an
like, I don't
option?
know, take pretty pictures in the backyard blanket. Like you just
Had I known you were a picnic person, we would have been going for picnics for years. I love a good picnic.
anyway, 10-stitch blanket. It's going great. Because apparently that's all I want to do right now is work on a blanket out of the scraps that I probably don't have enough of.
Listen, work through all the scraps you have, set it down, and that should inspire you to make more scraps, which means you'll get some more projects done.
So it's superwash for now, but I've also separated out my non-superwash scraps.
That's fine. It's
So
all wool.
we shall see, because it's a giant blanket. I'm throwing it in the washing machine.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I probably wouldn't throw it in the dryer anyway, except maybe on fluff, maybe.
I'm just thinking I've got that extra large tote of acrylic worsted scrap.
I thought about acrylic too, but I think that's gonna have to be a separate blanket because I don't
Well,
think the fabrics will play nice.
no, like a wool and acrylic are different care instructions. So like wool acrylic blends get interesting. But
I
I'm
have some wool
thinking
acrylic blend that I don't know if I want to include or not.
I abandoned making like a bulky granny square blanket for my niece for her graduation next year because I wanted something that was like a little less quite so use case only winter time. But I'm liking that idea of the 10 stitch blanket for her grad next year. And
Goes fast.
she specifically requests acrylic because she likes to use a washer and dryer. Let's continue on the party train of boring knitting Jocelyn has to get through.
Boring knitting.
More tubes. Here's another tube. This tube will be a t-shirt. This tube will be a t-shirt made out of linen. This tube will be a t-shirt made out of this really pretty kind of gray, charcoaly colored linen. One's a blue gray, one's a charcoal blue. Listen, they're moody colors. They're dark. I don't know what color's what. It's Berroco, it's indigo. It doesn't have a color name. Berroco doesn't name their things. So I've got a
Dark and
number.
darker.
Dark and darker. So I have been working slowly on the body. I am now out of all of the scraps from crochet projects of past days. I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Ow. That hurt. But slow progress is being made. I do not ever bother to measure my shirts when I'm knitting the body till I'm past my elbow. I'm not even at my elbow yet. I'm still 4 inches away from my elbow. So I did get a little more than 2 inches done again this week. So slow and steady progress because this is a fairly tight weave. I really just want to be able to wear it like a shirt. Like I want to put on a bra, and then I want to put this on and go. So I'm a bit of a tight weave because the linen will relax, obviously. So slow and steady progress has been made. It's looking like I'm not going to say for sure, but I might be able to have sleeves. This might be a shirt, not a tank top.
Ooh.
So again, we're going bottom up with no pattern. just a little garter bump on the bottom here because I wasn't going to put ribbing. Oh, anytime I can avoid ribbing. I want a V-neck, and it's either a V-neck tank top or a V-neck shirt, t-shirt, words. English, good. So glad it's the only language I speak. I'm such an expert. But I need 20 to 22 inches of body length from the underarm to hit my hip bones properly. So I decided to do the body first because I wasn't sure how much yarn I would have.
That's reasonable.
I opted for that, which is the slowest and longest part for me since obviously it's a lot of knitting. So once I get up to my underarm, excellent. Once I get up to the underarms, I will then make the call because I'm going to need like 50 grams to do the V-neck shaping and the neckband area. And again, I'm not going to do anything fancy. There's going to be no ribbing. It's just going to roll at the top, and I'm going to have that little tiny baby garter hem on sleeves if I get sleeves to match the hem, the little baby garter hem on the bottom of the body. But I'm hoping, like the ideal hope goal is a V-neck t-shirt with elbow length sleeves in the linen. That's the hope. And we'll see if I get there. Because again, tight gauge, so my yardage requirements are varied and different than what I'm used to. I'm gonna blow my nose and then okay. I'm gonna blow my nose and then you're up. That was my third project. You should be on 4.
I have not been keeping track. Okay.
Hot damn, my nose. All right. Next.
I did a little crochet this week because apparently I picked up absolutely everything.
You did pick up everything. Hot dang.
Oh,
no, that licorice is so good.
Come here, come here, come here. So you know those crochet lounge pants?
Put some work on your legs.
I did. So it's getting there. You can't.
Hey, you got like a walking short.
Yeah.
No, so I said short, not shorts. 2 legs. You got a leg.
I got a leg. Yeah. It's let's get that actually even. There we go. It's almost down to my knee.
Yeah, walking short leg.
But it's got this fun stitch on the bottom here now where it's got all these like shells and then it like is filled in the background, and it's very interesting with the random color change in there. So that's fun.
You're using a gradient yarn, so that doesn't surprise me. What are those colors again?
This is the Karen anniversary cake in Sticks and Stones, I believe.
Okay, so grays, browns, creams.
Yeah, it's dark gray, light gray, or like dark, medium, and light gray, and then like a mustard yellow and a brown.
Okay. You know, for all those people who listen to us and don't watch us.
Yep. And it's got all these fun textures. This is very texture.
Oh, I like this pant pattern.
It's very fun. So these are crochet lounge pants by Mermaid Cat Designs. And they're gonna match a sweater that I made several months ago at this point because I just decided I needed to whip out a cocoon cardi at some point. And then these pants are gonna match it, so I'm gonna have a full matching lounge suit, and I'm very unreasonably excited.
I'm not. I think it's gonna be great for the fall. Oh, that hurt a lot.
You're a reasonable amount of excited, not an unreasonable amount of excited?
I am a reasonable amount of excited, not an
I am an
unreasonable
amount of excited.
Yowzes.
Anyway, I only did like 3 rows on it this week, but
where you injure your finger
progress.
and you think to yourself, I'm not gonna hurt that finger again because I just hurt it. So I'm not gonna do that again.
But then you do it again?
Oh, I just
a lot?
re-stabbed an injured finger. I have an owie.
I have a paper cut that I'm currently aggravating with my yarn management, so I'm right there with you.
That was painful. Okay, you're not the only one who's been doing a little cast-on-itis issues this week. I too have been casting on things, perhaps not with quite so much a wild abandon.
Yeah, wait till we get to spinning. There's been much happening.
But there has been some casting on. I grabbed a bunch of literally scrap yarn skeins No, I don't know what they are. I mean, some of it's impeccable, some of it's red heart, some of it's burnout. Just from the feel, I can tell what it is. This is impeccable. I just know that it's impeccable, but I don't always know. And I was watching Laura of the corner of Knit and Tea, which I've done for years. I enjoy her podcast. I have for a very long time now. And she, well, slowly getting back into knitting. She got diagnosed with tendonitis, so
Blech.
she's had to be very careful and take breaks to get back on it. And like healing is slow and it's boring and it's like there's a whole thing with it. She started making some garter stitch scarves, and she did it the long way. So she cast it on like 300 stitches, and then she knit the whole length of the scarf till it was as wide as she wanted. And I was like, oh, I love that idea so much. Oh, I love that idea so much. She did one row and then changed colors every row, and then automatically had a built-in fringe happening.
Nice.
And I am literally just doing what she did. I am happy being a follower. I don't always need to be a leader. And I'm doing the same thing. So I am very, very slowly. Just whenever I need a break from pattern design work or anything else, I just pick up and knit a row. And I did some work on this on one of the whip sprints this past Saturday. I'm a little over 2 inches now. Just a smidge over 2 inches. And I think I'm gonna go till it's like 6 inches wide. That's like a nice wide scarf.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no
Seems good.
idea how long 300 stitches is going to be for me when I'm done. I will find out when I'm finished. However, it does use conveniently one of these wonderfully long corded needles you bought me. So this is one of those like super long. This cord is doubled right now. Like the cord is doubled, and I'm like across the screen, and I'm leaning this thing, so it's
Oh
fully
yeah, one
in
of those like
frame.
40, 60-inch cords or something.
Yeah, it's like one of those daft, but it works great. So I got a strand of purple, I got a couple strands of blue, I've got a sparkle gray, white, black, red heart roll with it yarn in here too. I've got a black yarn, I got some dark blues. I think I just stayed away from the reds, and then I grabbed like four random colors in the blue, purple, and then black with like that one sparkle yarn. And that's all I'm doing. That's it. I love it. There's no thinking. I enjoy that there's no thinking. And I can pick it up and put it down, and it does not care. It does not care. Wow, did I really stab my finger bad? It's throbbing. So that's one of the things I just started this week because I needed something that wasn't braining. Because oh my god, the volume of braining I'm doing right now is very brainy.
So the knitting is unbrainy.
I need some. I'm happy I'm at Roundy Roundy Knitting, and I set it up so I'd be at Roundy Roundy Knitting because I think right now, what is it?
Yeah.
I have 3 sweater patterns, 2 shawl patterns, and I need to get a color work hat set for winter on the needle shortly. So I like have some 8 to 12 patterns in my brain right now. They've been backlogging for a bit, so I need to start like getting them out there. That's a lot
Yeah,
of brain.
you're gonna run out of brain space.
I am currently needing to either expand my memory slots and plug in an extra terabyte drive, or I need to start getting some things offloaded. So that's what's happening. Uh-huh.
Let's start with this here spinning wheel that's on the table that is currently attached to the saddest. Let me show you this Lazy Kate situation because I'm trying to ply some plies together. I finished spinning the plies on Esmeralda,
Mm-hmm.
but she doesn't want to spin the other direction. She only really does clockwise. So I'm plying on my electric eel wheel, but I didn't have a Lazy Kate. So my situation is a wine
My
box with a couple of
God.
knitting needles stabbed in the sides. This is not a good solution. This is very much, this is all I had.
Oh
It's
my
not a
God.
good solution. I do not recommend it.
Okay. Can we
If,
put buy a proper Lazy Kate on your wish list with the steamer?
yes,
Okay. Can we do that? Is that an option?
yeah.
Okay.
Lazy Kate is very much on the list.
Mine is to find a new ball winder.
Scooch, scooch. Anyway,
A
the
good ball
plying,
winder.
aside from my stupid Lazy Kate situation, plying's going pretty well.
Oh
Look at
good.
that pretty yarn.
Oh, that's going along nicely. I like that. What
I had
fiber braid
spun.
was that? Do you even
I think
remember
it
at this
was.
point?
I think it was some superwash merino in Imaginary Friend from the Fiber Festival, the
Manitoba.
Manitoba
Yeah,
Fiber Festival a few years ago.
yeah.
It's got some. Well, this end is all white and red, obviously, but on the other end it's got green and blue. And I was hoping that I spun them in roughly equal amounts so that I would get a gradient at the end of it.
Hmm.
It's kind of sort of working out that way.
Perfect. Doesn't need to
So,
be.
learning. We're learning. But
Oh,
is all squishy. Squish,
didn't.
squish, squish.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think this is all going to fit on one bobbin, is going to be my next problem. I don't think it's all fitting
Well,
on one bobbin.
step one.
Fortunately, I have a second blank bobbin,
Oh,
so this might be a two cake kind of a deal.
that's
We'll
fine.
see. We will see.
You'll find out soon enough.
We will indeed. So
I'm
that's where
excited.
that spins at.
I'm so in my Jack bag. Jack! God, I love Halloween. I shoved some skeins of DK white yarn. I shoved some skeins of Berroco in a dark teal DK white yarn. Check out the teal. So pretty.
Very pretty.
And then at the spring equinox, I got mad. Not a shock. I have opinions. I'm loud about like 90% of them. I'm comfortable with sharing my opinion with people and them not agreeing with me. It's not a concern for me. Doesn't stress me out any. And I hate it. Hated. Got on the soapbox, hated. Person who designed a cute, cute cropped sweater that I wanted to make. And I'm not a huge crop sweater. Like, you have to do something very specifically cute for me to want to make a cropped sweater. It's not a thing I feel that I need a lot of, right? In my life.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a super cute crop sweater. So I clicked through. I was like, yes, this would be a perfect spring knit, a crop sweater to go with my summer dresses, right?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of light layering. This is all totally on theme. It's great. No, no. It was only a cropped sweater if you were a size small through medium. If you were a large through 3XL, it was a shapeless hip length sweater. Totally different sweater. And
That's
sometimes
not
I
remotely the same
want
thing.
I want the relaxed mom cardigan. I'll make a relaxed mom cardigan. I have some wonderful things that drape on my shoulders, hang straight down to my hips, and that's what I want at the time. I was looking at a super fitted cute cropped cardi. I wanted a super fitted cute cropped cardi. They weren't going to offer it to me in my size because what? I'm too big for a super fit cropped cardi? I don't think so. No,
No,
not acceptable.
that's no.
So I spent the first chunk of our spring equinox, which is currently going on the spring equinox craft with us because it runs till the summer solstice starts, right?
Look at us both
I
working on it.
did swatches. I did lots of swatches. I did so many swatches. Swatches for days. And then I did a math. And then I did a lot more math. And then I did some extra math. And then I was like, can I do this in the round? I could, but oh my God, that was a nuisance to write out. And then I was like, meh, I want customability. So I'm going to do it flat. So I have the start of my back panel with textured stripes, hence all the stitch markers on here, because I'm using the stitch markers to tell me when to switch from plain stockinette knit versus the texture stitch, because I don't want to count to 11 repetitively. So I just put stitch markers in. And I wrote the instructions saying, put stitch markers in, because nobody wants to do that. Nobody
Yeah,
wants to do that. That's dumb. Don't do that. And I gauged it from 32 to 62 because everybody deserves a pretty freaking cute cropped cardi. They just do. They just do. And then I put in this super subtle slipped honeycomb texture stripe vertically because people have serious opinions on horizontal stripes. I do not have serious thoughts on horizontal stripes. I think if you want to wear a stripe, wear a stripe. That's the end of my thought on that. But I know for some people it's a comfort thing. So we've got stockinette stripes vertically. We've got slip stitch honeycomb stripes vertically. And I puzzled out in my brain and I wrote it out how to do it so when the stripes come up, they stay facing the same direction when they go down the sleeve,
this is important.
which is important. It's done in pieces. I don't want to hear any complaints about seaming because then it's customizable to the extreme, which I wanted. Like I want my patterns as size inclusive as I can do math-wise,
Stop the
reasonably.
needles.
Oh, good. And I want
That
it
was
so
awesome.
that you've got some structure built into it, a little bit of hand sewing, nobody's going to die, and that you can make your armholes as big as you need them to be. You can have your back length the length you need it to be. You can have your front lengths the length they need to be. You've got, it's just an ease of customization for everybody. Does that mean
That
there's
makes
purling? Yeah, there's
sense.
purling, whatever. Again, purling, like seaming, no one's going to die. If I can do ribbing, everybody else can do a little bit of hand sewing.
But
Okay,
purling, no, I don't know. I don't have
it's
an
fine.
issue with purling.
So I started this and I've gotten through 2 4-row repeats of the slip stitch honeycomb. And I was like, oh my God, I have so much back to make. I was thinking about it this morning. I'm like, Jocelyn, you're making a cropped cardi because you have 3 skeins of DK white yarn. I need 6 to make a full length cardi. I don't actually have that much back panel to make because I'm not making it for the whole length of my back. I only need this to go below the boobies. I mean, admittedly, that's still like, 12 inches. That's fine. That's not the point. The point is, it's not 20 plus inches.
This is
So
good.
I was like, oh, it's gonna be forever. It's not gonna be forever. It's not gonna be forever. I can, and I am, and I have set the goal. I want to be done my back panel at the end of this week because it is an easy pattern. I have set it all up. I've done the math, and I need to get it done because I want to get my front panels done, and I want to be able to wear this. And since I've decided what I'm doing for the summer solstice challenge, I really need to get this finished, and I have till the 21st. Can I do the whole cardigan for the 21st? I mean, I don't have buttons, but we've never really counted finishing for the finishings. So maybe
Hmm. How much sleep is it gonna have?
elbow length sleeves,
Okay, it's doable.
specifically specifically for a purpose. This very specific purpose, a very defined purpose. I am in my 40s. I still love tattoos. I have several tattoos, and I am at the point where I am ready to commit to sleeves, tattoo sleeves, like a half sleeve. I also work with humanity, and tattoos are another one of those things that people have a lot of opinions about. I think tattoos are glorious and gorgeous and a beautiful piece of artwork and wonderful, but I know they are not everyone's cup of tea. So sometimes, for some groups and some people, my life just goes easier if they don't know I'm tattooed. And I currently have a tattoo in my elbow, but I want a sleeve. I
Me
mean,
too.
at some point, you're going to see them. Like if you know me, you're going to see them. You'll just see the tattoos. That's fine. Not the end of the world to me, but I do want to get half sleeves at some point. So it's time to start filling in my arms, right?
Hmm.
So that means if I want to be able to walk into those places with the people who have opinions on tattoos that are not my opinions on tattoos and not have to deal with dumb questions, I already walk around with a blind lady stick. I get enough dumb questions in a day. I do not need to be accumulating more. Do not need to be accumulating more dumb questions. I'm just going to start making some elbow length sleeved summer garments. And that includes a crop cutty. Which again, I was so delighted to remember this morning that I don't have to go down the whole length of my back. I just have to be longer than my boobs. Woohoo!
Yeah, it's great.
Woohoo!
Crop things are amazing.
So excited for that. Well, I'm going to make a ton of them. No, no, I'm not. Will this have a functioning button band? Yes. Yes, it will. Does that mean I have to find buttons? Also, yes. Does that mean I really need to be done that back panel before I go to bigger at the early part of June? Absolutely, because I will be near Prairie Lily Knitting, and my God, she has pretty buttons. Also, I will literally be in bigger Saskatchewan for the bigger fiber festival. I might find buttons there. At the very least, I'm gonna get to hang out with Midnight Cravings and Aaron Fireweed because I'm gonna be with Aaron and Fireweed Fibre Co. So like at the very least, I get to go hang out with a whole bunch of knitting yarn friends. So like super stoked about that. But maybe I can get some buttons. Apparently Saskatoon's got another yarn store, so like I might have to go check that out too if I've got time.
Ooh, rival yarn stores?
They'll be up to 3 at this point.
Dang, how'd they get three?
Because there's a lot of crafties out there, I guess. I don't know. They also have some lovely independent local fabric shops. So you and I need to talk because if we're going to do some hand sewing challenges, and I love the idea that you want to do some hand sewing, I would like to be able to buy some linen from some local fabric stores to support the local. You
Absolutely.
know, you
I
know.
am down for that.
I don't know if you consider that good news or not, but I do.
All right, let's continue with stuff on table. I got a supported spindle at the Knit City Toronto,
Mhm.
and I started spinning. I was like, because the practice fiber at the festival was not like combed top, it was just some like floof. So
Okay.
I was dug through my stash of fiber trying to find something where the fibers were not all aligned
Ooh.
because that seemed like it would work better for this, and I did. I found it because I was pretty sure I had something, and I did indeed have some Romney in a like the fibers are not all aligned. It's not like a combed top. It's just like a roving.
Which is what you
But
wanted.
it's somewhat pre-drafted, so this is absolutely perfect for my purposes.
Good.
So I have 100 grams of Romney sheep from Twin Oaks Farm from the sheep named Grape.
From the sheep named Grape?
Yeah, it says on the tag the sheep's name was Grape.
That is
Grape the
freaking
Romney sheep.
cute.
So
I'm
I'm very
at
excited about the spin, and when I get a little bit better at it and don't swear at it every approximately 45 seconds, I will start making reels.
oh good.
Because it looks really good when you get into the flow of it, but I'm not good enough to flow yet. But
Ooh,
it's coming. I can feel it coming,
good.
but we're a little ways off.
We're ways off still. That's fine.
Give me a week or two, and then might get some nice spinning flow videos.
Oh, excellent. Good. I want some spinning flow videos. I was just checking. I'm at 1.75 inches. I need 2 inches. I need a
Oh,
quarter of an
close.
inch. And then I can
Almost
switch
done weaving
colors.
in the ends on the sock.
Oh, lovely.
I
All
know
right.
it doesn't look like it because I haven't trimmed them, but we're almost done.
Fine. All right, I got one more cast on for the week. Yay, cast on.
Yeah,
There's gonna be
cast
so
on.
many cast ons. There's just so much work going on right now. I want a summer top. And we're back to the
Okay.
problem where I have very specific desires in my clothing. And I am comfortable with my desires in my clothing. And one of them is one of those toss over top of a tank top when you need to go somewhere with capris. And I have capris or skirts, but probably capris. And my mom sandals. And just go. Just go. But you want something that's just a touch classier than a tank top capri situation. I am no longer 16. I am comfortable being slightly classier than a tank top capri situation. And I don't necessarily want it to be a crop top. Again, not in my teens. I do enjoy a good crop top, but for the house. I'm not a wear a crop top outside kind of human. I'm also, guys, I don't wear blue jeans. I don't wear sweatpants out of the house. I don't like there's a lot of things I don't do because I don't I am uncomfortable. I do not like the idea of. I believe leggings should not be worn as pants. Like I've got a lot of old school notions in my brain pan, and I'm comfortable with my old school notions in my brain pan. I also believe that dresses are the easiest and most comfortable pieces of clothing any human can wear on the planet. Boy or girl, doesn't matter. It's essentially a long t-shirt and you go out the door. One and done. Folks, one and done. Huge fan. However, I will occasionally go to farms. I will occasionally puppy sit my sister's dogs. I will occasionally go run around and chase small humans. I am a friend with people with small humans. I will occasionally go and do things that require me to bend and contort in strange directions and or manners. And on those days, I tend to wear capris because my life is just easier if I'm not also answering dumb questions about wearing dresses and skirts while doing so. It's fine. What I want is a shirt to go over top of my capri tank top combination situation. You know, but all of you look at summer tops like the super drapey, open weaved. I am not meant to be worn alone kind of tops,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all boxy.
Yes.
Yes, they're all very, and they all okay. That's a style shape. It's not a style shape I like, but that's fine. And then they all put like lace at the
Done.
bottom. Oh, good. And they all put lace at the bottom. I'm like, I do not want to highlight my midriff. Thank you. If I did, I'd wear crop tops and I would highlight that midriff. I don't know how to do that. want a semi-fit, drop shouldered, toss on and go shirt.
Okay, sorry.
You're
I'll
showing
shut
off
up
your
now.
socks?
Yeah. I finished the sock. I'm very happy. I'm so pleased with myself.
Good, as you should be.
Okay.
So I grabbed
Okay.
my Estelle Confetti or Rainbow yarn, which is a cotton acrylic blend, and it goes from like the super dark pink raspberry in the middle out, and it gradiates out to this wonderful light pink white color on the outside. I've had 2 of these pink cakes for a while now because I got them from Prairie Lily Knitting years ago. And I keep waiting for the right project, and I think I found it. I am going, and I have a cast on edge on straight needles. I have a cast on edge, and one row knit on a small garter baby hem, so that it doesn't roll up. And I have done my gauge swatches, and I've done my math, and I've mathed out sizes, and I am just going to make what I want. And what I want is that look of the boxy sweater open gaugeness in an overshirt on something that's a little more fitted. Now, I could just take a boxy pattern and make a very small size, but I don't want to do that math. I don't want to do that math. I don't want to have to then upscale my arm size, and I don't want lace around my waistline. So I'm gonna do it in reverse. I'm gonna do 2 rectangular panels, and I'm putting the lace at the top, at the neckline,
Seems
where I want
reasonable.
my lace, and I'm gonna run that lace band down my arm because that's what I want to do. Because it's a drop shoulder, right? So like you already got a little cap sleeve, and then if you want
Yeah.
slightly longer sleeves, like I want, I will walk you through those instructions, right? So that's what I'm doing with my cotton. Now, am I super worried about its gauge? No, this thing stretches like a crazy person. So my gauge is gonna be so loosey goosey, but that's what I want. And I couldn't see and I couldn't find anything that I liked that was like yes. So me being me, I went well. This I'm just gonna make my own. And I was tempted. Like there's the Lacey boxy where it's like the lace stripes and then the stockinette stripes. It's like
Mhm.
Hoki Locatelli does the boxy stuff. Is it Hoki Locatelli who does the boxy?
I think she's among the boxy people, yes.
I don't remember who designs it, but it is called the Lacey boxy. I'm please correct me down below because I know I might be getting that wrong. And I love it. And it's really pretty. I actually had to put on a friend's version, and like she made it with all the ease for her size, and then I put it on, and it fit me quite well. But I know I can't be the only person out there that wants this, but doesn't want to visually add that much weight to their frame.
See the pretty neon fluff?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Oh God, I love that fluff.
awkward. There we go. I had ugh. I had troubles getting
Guys,
this fluff started.
if you guys don't watch us and listen to us, the maneuvering Diana is trying to do around her microphone with her wheel to tilt at the right angle to show us her
It's
spinning.
something.
It's a whole thing. It's a
It's a
production.
whole thing.
Oh my God. Okay.
Anyway, yesterday during Whip Sprints, chat picked my neon fiber out of my stash that is normally not in frame, and we started spinning some lovely superwash nylon neon fiber on Esmeralda,
True. God, it looks
my
good.
antique flax wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put that down before pieces fall off. I kept the ball band here. It's from Crafty That Way,
Mm-hmm.
superwash merino and nylon, and the colorway is definitely not edible.
What colors does that fiber braid go through? I mean, obviously you got the neons.
They're all neons, but we go from neon pink
Okay.
through a bit of orange to yellow,
Mm-hmm.
through a bit of green to blue, and then we cycle back into the pink.
God, it just sounds
And
like
it's
so
just all
much.
so bright. It's highlighter colors.
Oh
It's
yeah.
so bright.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh God, it's gonna be
delightful.
so good. It's gonna be so
It's
good. Okay.
joyful. The spin is joyful.
Good. Ah,
I don't
lovely.
know what my issues were. I broke so many liters off trying to get it started, but I think I actually got it. And we're good now. Esmeralda has
Leaders.
Esmeralda has a particular weight of yarn, and she spins that weight of yarn and nothing else.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
So we
Esmeralda's
came to an
of an
agreement.
age. She's of an age, and she gets to
She's
make these decisions.
yes. So we came to an agreement, and we're getting fingering weight singles because
Mm-hmm.
that's what she does,
Yes.
which I guess makes a worsted weight yarn.
When you ply it 2 or 3 times, yes. Because if you double ply fingering, you're a DK sport weight
Yeah.
somewhere in there. You ply it. If you do a 3 ply, then you're sitting around worsted, Aran worsted. Depending on how thick your original fingering ply is, right? So, like if you're a light fingering, that'll be different than if you're a heavy fingering.
My
Yada
gauge is
yada
not
yada
consistent enough.
yada 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 yada
I
yada
gotta watch
yada.
some videos about like grist.
Yep, always more
I need some
videos.
more learning. I need to do some more learning, but that's all the stuff. I have 2 new spins, 1 new blanket, um, and I'm halfway through a Plying project.
I look forward to the finishes.
And when one finished sock, I have a single finished sock. So I not too bad. Not too bad.
So before we go into the unscripted Patreon ad, it's the end of the month, so we should show the Fireweed Fibre Co club
Ah,
yarn for the
yes.
month. May is pretty much finished. We're into the last week. So this month we had 1-800 Elaine, which is all of the yarns this year are Ally McBeal themed in honor of Erin's mom, who passed away suddenly last year. I'm getting mine on the tweed fingering base.
I'm getting
And
mine on Wild Rye sock.
yep. So they are different colors, even though they are the same colorway, because different weights and types of yarn dye differently. So mine are much richer and darker than Diana's on the tweed base.
Yeah, mine's sort of like a orangey pinky coral kind of thing going on.
Yeah, and I'm definitely getting a little like I'm still getting pinky coral, but I'm getting a deeper coral, deeper pink color. Not quite as bright as yours.
I love how bright things are on the rye sock.
Oh, the
Like they're
Ryesock is
just more
so
vibrant.
it's just so light compared to the tweed. I love the depth in the tweed, so I'm still happy that I went tweed. So that was what has happened for May, which is good. We
It's very
are
pretty.
huge fans of Erin of Fireweed Fibre Co. We're also friends with Erin of Fireweed Fibre Co, which helps a bunch. That's why we have a coupon code. She is our yarn dealer of choice. Let us do a Patreon unscripted scripted ad, and then we will quickly cram in where you can find us and information necessary, and then we're done. So Diana's word for today is bridge.
Bridge
Bridge.
is in Bridge the Gap.
Yep, as in let's go over that bridge.
Okay. If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you can do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only server, which bridges the gap between you guys and us.
Well done. Smooth as butter. Smooth as butter.
We also have YouTube memberships. We fixed them today. Most of
Oh my
weak
god.
series of button clicks,
I was
a lot of
just
swearing, but we fixed YouTube memberships. So if you need your Stardew Valley fix, that is now
when
available to you.
when the person who works in the tech industry thinks it's unintuitive, you're not even gonna tell you how annoying that was.
Oh god.
I was the worst.
It was not a good user
Oh,
experience, let me
it
tell
was
you.
no, it was not. Oh
And we've
Lord.
figured it out and it works, so there.
That's the important part. Oh man, all of the tier information is listed on Patreon. It is also a great resource if you wish to follow us. We do publish free content as well as paid content, depending on whether you wish to just follow us for free or be a paid member. The tiers obviously explain what you get on all the tiers. We've set all that up with pretty photos as well too. They took some really nice artful photos for that. What else we got going on? We have the YouTube things. That's going great. We've got a couple of cows. We have the never ending librarian cow because neither one of us are currently working on our librarian cardigans. So feel free to join us if you wish. Anything librarian themed, colored, or book named counts. It's pretty chill. It's probably going to end up being a year long, guys, given how rushed we feel about these things.
How quickly we're working on that.
The spring equinox craft with us is down to its final day. The summer solstice will be happening on the 21st of June. As always, the spring equinox, the summer solstice, and the fall equinox present us with the opportunity to do seasonal craft alongs. So while you wrap up your spring equinox craft along, Diane and I are getting ready for the summer solstice craft along, which means panicking about what it is we decided to make for the spring solstice, trying to finish it up really quick, and then figuring out what we're going to cast on for the summer. Having said that, we hope you're having a slightly less stressful time with these things. Because, oh man,
We
oh
hope
man.
that your spring crafting schedule is less ridiculous than
In
ours.
hours. Yep, absolutely. As always, if you are able to and willing to, hitting the like button, subscribing, and following us here and on other social media platforms is a great way to stay in touch with us and show us what you're working on. And we trust enable us. Please constantly
Oh
give us
yes,
new
we're very easy
ideas.
to enable.
We have stashes that need to be knit. We would love some enabling at all times. This is a thing that we both thoroughly enjoy.
I'm apparently in blanket mode. If
I know.
anybody's,
I know
throwing
it's
blankets at me.
I like at the start of summer. Okay. It's a weird time, but all right, go for it.
I don't know. I'm all over the blanket idea.
It's fine. You've got a mug. It says it's fine. You're good. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. The schedule for the month goes up at the first of the month, so that's where you can find us at different dates, different times for things that we have scheduled and put into our calendar and said we will do this thing on this date. I don't think we really have anything else on the go or up in the air at the moment. I think that's it. You can find me at Bigger Saskatchewan on the weekend of the 8th of June. I will be out there for the Bigger Festival with Aaron at Fireweed Fibre Co. And then, Tour de Fleece starts at the end of June. So Diane and I should be starting our prep work for that too shortly. So if you've thought about doing a Tour de Fleece, we join the Corner of Knit and Tea group because it is a choose your own goal situation, which makes us a lot happier. And
Maybe
go
I'll
with that
actually
from there.
participate this year.
That's okay. You were telling people on the whip sprints this past Saturday that you had your drop spindles. You were good. Or last week's episode, they put down 2 different types of spindles for you to go check out in the spinning section. So you've already been given more spindles to go look at.
Oh no. Do I not have all the spindles?
Nope. You cannot tell the internet
no.
things. The internet will correct you.
Well, this is good. This is how we learn.
How
Talk
we
to the
learn.
internet. The internet talks back.
It does. Boy, does it ever.
You scream into the void screams back.
Occasionally it asks for dinner. Okay, I'm gonna go with we have already had a very long work day and I need to go make some dinner and I have no idea what it's gonna be. So I'm gonna say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.